What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lolo, and if this is your first time being here, just go ahead, hit that subscribe button and that bell button right now because I know you're not going to want to miss out on any future uploads, okay? Now, because I am coming back, making my way back to YouTube, I thought it was very important to address one of the biggest changes I've made since coming back to YouTube, and that is the channel rename. Now, for those who don't know, I started this YouTube channel back in 2015. I did a whole video about how I started the channel, why I started the channel, and what happened that kind of stopped me from being consistent on the channel, and why I'm coming back. Go ahead, watch that video, okay? Now, when I started my YouTube channel, I had called it Sitting Pretty. Sitting Pretty was a brand name that I created for myself for my YouTube channel because one, I thought it was so cute, and two, it really encompassed everything that I wanted to talk about on my channel at that time, which was really a bunch of like disability representation things. Now, this is even before the term disability representation or representation and inclusion, like all of these buzzwords that are very popular now. Back then, we were just saying, hey, make sure like you don't forget about us as a community. Hey, this is what life in our shoes looks like, kind of thing. So when I created the channel name Sitting Pretty, I just wanted it to be cute and fun and flirty because that's who I am. So that was the big thing. And I had really branded myself with Sitting Pretty. When you saw me, you thought Sitting Pretty. When you saw anything I did, the first thing, oh, Sitting Pretty. Oh, there goes Sitting Pretty Lolo. Oh, Lolo, I see you sitting pretty. It became like a real thing. But then as time went on, people started stealing the name. Yeah. People started using the name. Now, granted, everyone could use words the way that they want to use words all day long. But I just had realized that Sitting Pretty, as beautiful and as cute and as fantastic of a brand name that it is, going into this new phase of YouTube, I wanted to essentially start over and do a little bit of rebrand. Now, don't get it twisted. Sitting Pretty ain't going nowhere. I'm going to use the name and the brand of Sitting Pretty at a different capacity, but it's not really going to be associated with my YouTube channel specifically anymore, if that makes sense. That's why I decided to change the name to my own name, because with this new resurgence on YouTube and this new direction that I want to take my content, I really wanted it to be focused on Lolo Spencer, the person, the human, who just so happens to have a disability. And that's what this channel is going to be all about now. It's going to be the behind the scenes of my life, the cool things, the fun things, the not so fun things, the way I'm building up my interior design business and the way I'm building up my acting career and my modeling career, different opportunities, places I go, people I see, all the things that make up a person. Because what I had recognized when I was more so focused on Instagram than YouTube content was that I was getting caught up in the algorithm on Instagram. And over there in that world, and unless you're really in it, you may not like fully understand where I'm coming from, but just try and follow me as best as you can. Over there in that world, what was once a place where you can just express yourself in your art and the cool and fun things that you were doing has now turned into an entire algorithmic business. AKA, if you're not following in that algorithm, nobody's going to see your content. Nobody's going to care what you're doing. And it's really disheartening when you are a creator like myself who is just trying to spread joy, spread information, and educate people and show people like a different perspective on life. Unless if you're a person with a disability and the video is about you being the brunt of the joke because you have a disability. Or if you make content that has a sad music with the violins playing, unless it's true inspiration porn, or if you're a person with a disability and you're doing this outlandish, over the top, mind-boggling thing, your content will not be seen, will not be respected, will not be pushed in the way that everyone else's content gets to be pushed. And so I found myself getting caught up in more of the advocacy side, which I'm fine with. I love being an advocate, okay? This is like what I'm called to do, but I was more so getting caught up on that side, yelling at society, pointing the finger. Y'all need to do better. How come you don't understand disability yet? What's wrong with y'all? Disability ain't that complicated. Blah, 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 blah. That it was working in the algorithm, but it wasn't fully serving me as a creative. Because when I did start showing things that had nothing to do with advocacy work, there was no love. Absolutely no love on it. Of course, there's a couple of people here and there that are just ride or dies, and I love you guys, and you know who you are. I fucking love y'all so much. But it just didn't get the same reception unless I was yelling, pointing the finger, calling it out, and doing everything around disability. Like, everything had to be attached to disability. I did an A/B test one time where I posted a picture of myself without showing my wheelchair. Cute, did numbers or whatever. But when I showed that wheelchair, baby, the post blew up. I posted the same day of the week, same time, and it blew up. So I know that if we can't see your wheelchair, if you ain't talking about your wheelchair, if you ain't yelling, screaming, and complaining about something, we don't want to hear it. And it was honestly taking a toll on me, because at a certain point, you feel like you're just yelling into a void. Because at the end of the day, although you could be advocating all day long on social media, and it is working, I'm not saying that it's not working, it's not changing people's lives, it's not supporting people in the way that they need to be supported, yet when you go out into the real world, the change that you think is happening on the internet isn't being reflected into real life yet. And mind you, these kind of movements don't happen overnight. And these kind of movements for change, shit, the civil rights movement, Jesus, you saw what Black people had to go through, and we still going through the bullshit today. It's clearly not nearly as bad as it was during the 50s and 60s and prior, but don't get it twisted. Racism is still very much so alive. Ableism is very much so still alive. And how to get people to just not be that way, I know is not an overnight feat. And because I recognized that, I also recognized that it pigeonholed. It kept me in a box, child. It kept me in a box of only being able to discuss and talk about certain things, because I felt like if I talked about anything else, people weren't really seeing it. And as a content creator, you want a return on your investment. It takes time to record these videos, get dressed for these videos, edit these videos, make the thumbnail, put the captions, take out all the dead space, take out all the filler words, all of the things. So that way when you post and then you only get 300 views, you like, hold up, wait a minute. What the fuck is the problem? What's tea? Excuse me. Oh, let me get some water, child, because I'm talking today. Yeah, it ultimately was taking a toll on me, because at a certain point, it got to, what more can I say? What more can I tell the world? What more can I tell y'all about not being a jackass and ableist and just chill out, bro, and just let people with disabilities live and support us and help us so we can live a fun and full life too. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I have to stop putting the focus on everybody else and just share who I am and use who I am, what I do, as the platform and the catalyst to advocate for people with disabilities, if that makes sense. Because the one thing that I did recognize in real life is that when I don't focus on my disability, neither does anybody else. Now, don't get it twisted. It's not that I want people to forget that I have a disability. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, when I'm interacting in the world and I'm talking about fashion with somebody or food or something that happened, you know, in pop culture, or I'm at an event and we're partying and we're talking about things, the disability isn't there. The inclusion is organically happening. You know what I mean? People move out the way or make accommodations as soon as they see me coming. Oh, move out the way. Let her through. Let her be a part of what's happening here. And I realized that in order to translate what's happening in real life into content, that I had to be the content that I wanted to create instead of picking one little topic and creating my identity around that. Do you see what I'm saying? What's going to happen on this channel moving forward, why the name change happened and everything else, is because I want to represent me. Because I feel like who I am, what I do, what I have access to is the advocacy work. Because with advocacy, it's not just speaking to people all the time. And I love speaking to people. That ain't never going to stop. But it's also showing people what the possibilities are. And not just non-disabled people, but disabled people alike. I want to organically show that who you are as a person, the humanity of who you are, the things that you like, the things that you like to do, the things you find interesting, the opinions you have outside of your disability, all of those things are enough. They are enough to make friends and go places and travel and experience good food or have great experiences overall. You see what I'm saying? So I just want the channel and the content moving forward to reflect that. So that is one of the biggest reasons why I made the name change. I just want to show my life as a true life representation of what life with a disability can look like, because it is my true to life experiences of what's happening. And naturally, my disability is going to come up because I'm a person with a disability. I'm always thinking of accessibility and representation and inclusion. So those are still going to come up. I'm still going to give you the advocacy content. I'm still going to share with you my thoughts and opinions and things that are happening around the disability community. I just want y'all to just get prepared for more of a bout of me showing up as I am while also being the advocate, because it is all of who I am. It's just not my entire identity. You understand? If you're really excited about this new wave of content that's going to be coming your way, please leave a comment below. If you have any thoughts, feelings, questions, or anything like that, go ahead, leave a comment below. I really appreciate y'all for sticking by me and wanting to see me on this new journey. Because like I said, I really am on a self-discovery journey right now. I'm trying new things. I'm doing new things. And I just want y'all to come along with me. All right? So I appreciate y'all. Make sure you subscribe. You hit that bell button, baby. Okay? So that way you don't miss out on another video. All right? I can't wait to show y'all what's next. Okay? Because I don't even know what's next yet. But I know it's going to be cute. Whatever it is. Period. All right. Bye.